welcome back to my channel, Benita Applebomb TV, and today's video is about how to care for 3C hair. So stay tuned. This is so exciting. It's not a lot of us out here posting videos because when I'm looking for it, I'm like, how do I take care of 3C hair? Nothing comes up. So finally found a few people, got ourselves a little community, and I figured I might as well share some tips as well. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. This is fun. This is where it's at. If you're returning, thank you for coming back, and you are loyal. So with no further ado, I just want to say that although this video is about how to take care of 3C hair specifically, there are methods and things that I'm going to explain in this video that will work for other hair types, of course. The only difference is that there's a couple of things I'll go into detail about that I find to work specifically for me, and I've conversed with people outside of the 3C community who are like, nah, that don't work for me. Or things that work for people outside the 3C community, and I'm like, yeah, I wish. So let's get to it. So the first thing that I feel like is really important in all of this is to listen to people with 3C hair. That's number one. Of course, you're gonna have, exceptions. You're gonna have different things that are still gonna work for you, but listen to people with 3C hair. A lot of people will watch videos and you're watching a video with someone with a completely different hair type, and you're trying to do a certain style or you're trying to pick up a certain routine, and you're finding that that's not working out for you. Well, that's actually a big deal. If you have someone that's trying to lose weight, you don't get advice from someone who's trying to gain muscle mass. There's two different things going on. So while there are some tips that they can exchange that could work for both, overall, you have to converse with people with 3C hair and let them into your community and watch their videos. And that's why I found it important to specifically search once I figure out my hair type. And I'll put a link down below for taking the test so you can kind of get an idea of what your hair type is. I did take 3 different tests so that I can find some similarities, and it pretty much all said I had 3C. I have different hair types throughout my hair. I have 3A here in the back, the rest is 3C, and I have 4A underneath here. So it can vary, that's fine, but it's basically finding your hair type and working with it. So like I said, number one is converse and get advice and tips from other people with 3C hair. Not because it only works for 3C hair, but because there's going to be more commonalities with people with your hair type. Don't watch a video of someone with bone straight hair and figure out how to curl your hair when you have 3C hair, or you have 4A hair, you have 3B hair. You're gonna have different methods. So find your 3C community. I'm a part of it. You're welcome. The second one, this is for my naturals in general. The second one is check the weather. Yes, check the weather. If you live in a state with high humidity, Florida, not even heat. It's not about heat. It can be as hot as it wants. It's not about heat. It's about humidity. If you live in a state with high humidity, or it is a day where it's going to be very humid, your oil-based products are going to cause your hair to curl and shrink. So if you're trying to have a big twist out, a big wash and go, humidity matters. Check the weather. Check the weather. That gets me all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this style. You kind of prep the night before, and then you wake up the next day, you step outside, and you're like, it's not gonna last. Check the weather. If you are gonna have, humidity, I call them like humidity safe styles, it's gonna be styles that can shrink and still like give you the same look that you want. Because one thing with natural hair, we're big on volume. We're big on like, boom, how big can I get it? At least I know I am. Even when I have my natural curls, how much can I pick it out? I'm huge on getting it as big as possible. If you want big hair, humidity is not going to be your friend. A rainy day is not your homegirl. So when it's raining, you might want to, slick it down or something to where you can have a nice shrinkage style. But for me personally, if it's raining, I like to already have twists in my hair, or a hat if possible. But like, also think about it, like rain's not necessarily the cleanest water out there. So you probably don't want rainwater in your hair anyway. People are like, oh, well, I'm natural, I can get my hair wet, which is cool, but you know, you don't want just rainwater just sitting in your hair anyway. So in that case, protect your hair. So we have two. Remember, number one is listen to other 3C hair people, and number two is check the weather. Humidity is not your friend. And number three is oil is your friend. Now, despite what I just said about those humid days, you need to have moisturized hair. Curly hair needs moisture, right? So I've said it in another video. Our hair starts at the top, right? It comes out of your head, boom, and then it goes down. If you have straight hair, it's an easy process. It just comes out and goes down. If you have curly hair, it has to make its way all the way down. And your hair is either going to be in like a loopy shape like this, or it's going to be in a Z shape. So if you have to go through all that, just think of it. A slide where you slide straight down, no problem. You're down in 3 seconds. But if you have to go down a slide where it's a lot of twists and turns, it takes a little bit longer to get to the bottom, even if the slide itself is the same length. So keep that in mind. You want to keep your hair moisturized. Oils are your friend. When you use oil, you want to make sure that you're using some other type of moisturizer or conditioner, and you're using your oil like bubble wrap. You're just wrapping it around it to lock in what's inside, so that when it finally gets to that point of needing the oil, it can just grab the oil as it needs. And also, the oil is protecting your hair from the sun and outside elements, because oil and water don't mix, right? Oil and a lot of things don't mix. Oil is hard to penetrate if you are another liquid or a lipid substance. So you have to think, well, if I have oil on my hair after it's already moisturized, and I use my oil to help protect my hair, you hold in and lock in that moisture, and it also adds great shine. My favorite oil, I don't know why I put it so far. My favorite oil is Island Oil from the Jamaican Mango and Lime line. This is what it is, okay, y'all? It's for locks. It's for people with locks. I don't have locks, but it does wonders for my hair. It's to strengthen locks, but it works to strengthen my hair. And it smells amazing. It has such a beautiful scent. I feel like it just smells like a black woman. Like, if you smell it, you're like, yeah, that's a black girl walking past. It smells really good. So oil is definitely your friend, but use oil as a protectant. Some people kind of use oil just as their moisturizer. Like, that's it, I'm just gonna use oil. And it doesn't necessarily work that way, because then your hair can just be oily. You want your hair to be moisturized, and you want it to be protected with an oil, okay? And the other thing for 3C hair, our hair loves to be stretched out or blown out, right? So right now my hair is blown out. I took a blow dryer and I went through my hair, and I usually do that honestly once a week. I don't have any heat damage. I take very good care of my hair when I am putting that heat in it. I did that a lot of times through the cooler months. Now that it's gonna start getting hotter and more humid, I'm gonna let my natural curls just do what they want. But like I said, I love big hair, so that's how I can get a big look. Another way you can do a heatless blowout kind of look is if you take twist and you band your hair. I'll probably make a video about it, but you start from your root, and then once you start in your root, you kind of comb it out, and then you put another band, and then you brush it out, and then you put another band, and then that's brushed out, and then it's another band. So at the end, you have Medusa little snakes going everywhere, boom, 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 and it's really hard to sleep on at night. Kind of hurts, but when you wake up in the morning, it'll be a nice bouncy blowout look without blowing out your hair. And that's another way you can maintain your blowout. So if I wanted to keep my hair like this, but I didn't want to put heat back in it, then I can just do the same thing that I just explained to you and just band root to ends. Y'all see that shade? Oh my God. Okay, so so that's definitely something you can do. Our hair loves to be blown out or stretched out. one thing that I'm noticing with 3C hair, specifically mine, is wash and goes are not my friend. I see people who are like 3B and 3A. They're just like, yeah, I just washed it and now I'm here. And I'm just like, no. Because for me, again, I have different hair types. My hair dries tight and stiff and dry. So wash and goes don't necessarily work for me unless, like I said, I moisturize my hair completely, finish it with the oil, and then I put it in a bun behind my head and do the Bambi method again with just one ponytail. Or if I like do like 3 or 4 twists while it's like semi-damp, and then like add oil, and then it gives me a nice like a wash and go look. But I didn't wash and go. It has to sit overnight. It has to dry a little bit. If I wake up in the morning and it's not dry, I have to add a little bit of heat to it. So wash and goes really don't work for me. I have a friend who's 3C as well, and she's like, wash and goes are a no-no for her. Also, you have to kind of look at how your hair absorbs water and how it holds it. Because for me, if I wash my hair, if I were to wet my hair right now, get it soaking wet, it wouldn't be done drying until this time tomorrow. I hold water forever. So that's another thing you have to look into, and it'll give you your results once you take the test. Again, I'll put the link below, and it'll let you have an idea of your hair and its ability to hold or absorb water. Another thing is, lastly, protective styles. I've seen the most growth in my hair when I have protective styles. So usually when I do my protective styles, like you just seen the locks that I did in the last video, or a couple of videos ago, yeah, I blow out my hair. So I wash my hair, detangle it, moisturize it. I even do a quick deep conditioner. Like, I really get my hair prepped, then I blow it out for my protective style. And when I do protective styles, I usually leave my protective styles in for 2 weeks. I know, 2 weeks. 2 weeks to a month. And I think the longest I left it in was like almost 2 months. And my hair grew so much. When you're combing it out, you're like, oh my God, this is a lot of shedding. But my hair grew so much. So protective styles, definitely. I can see the difference. I had those locks in. Those locks I did myself, I only had them in for 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, and I could see how much growth that I had, just like that. So this is a quick recap. I didn't want to keep you guys here all day. I know you have other stuff to do. I appreciate your time. I just want you to be able to say, okay, now I have an idea or different ways to approach. If you have any questions, let me know. I am now your 3C friend. It is important for us to stick together, because if you have this beautiful 3C hair and you're taking advice from people who have bone straight hair, you're taking advice from people who have light or a little bit of, a beautiful texture that is not as loose and bouncy or curly or crazy as yours, then you need a friend that can help you. I can be that friend and you can be my friend. So with that said, again, I'm just gonna go over them again. Number 1, listen to 3C people. Number 2, check the weather. Humidity is not your friend. Number 3, oil is your friend. Make sure your oil is a protectant, not like your base moisturizer or your go-to moisturizer. You need a moisturizer, and you seal that with your oil. Number 4, stretch it, blow it out. If you don't want to do heat, do a heatless stretch. There are other tools and other websites that have little clips that you can use to help stretch it out, but it likes to be stretched out. It likes to be pulled and opened to its capacity. And lastly, protective styles. That's honestly across the board. Anytime you can just kind of like push your hair back out of your face and like get it to just relax for a second and hold and lock in as much moisture, it's gonna super help you out. It really is. Another protective style that I forgot to tell you that I like to do is just twist on my own hair. And I just wear them like normal. And I'll even put like the little lock beads and shells and stuff on it. Twist your hair up, protect your hair. So thank you so much for your time. So there's not really that many videos about people with 3C hair, but here's a start. Let's talk about it. Maybe you have some tips to share with me. Maybe you have some more questions, whatever it is. Thank you guys for watching. I enjoyed you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.